year. Welcome to 2025. We lit, y'all. It's gonna be a great year. I just want to start off by saying thank you guys so much for 2024, all the things you've done and being here and supporting me. I don't know if y'all know, but last year is when I got monetized. I just want to say thank you guys for rocking with me, sticking with me, subscribing, liking, commenting, sharing, because y'all was going in with the shares. Appreciate you guys. Please keep it up. Tell your friends, tell your wife, tell your cousins, tell your nephews and them. Tell them to come hang out with us. Oh, one thing I want to say, announcement for this year, I am going to be making a reality show. I'm gonna try this as a mini YouTube series reality show. So if you're interested, you're in North Carolina, because I got to come to you. If you're interested and you're in North Carolina and you want to share your life with the world, let me know. And this is free, you guys. This is free. I ain't got the money like that right now, but once I get the money, okay, we can do things. But if you want to just share your life with the world, go in the description, see my email, send me an email, let me know that you're interested, and I can see where we at, how we looking. And comment below if you actually want to see that. Okay, let's get up in this thing.
So I cut out my best friend of 7 years 2 years ago for a reason that may sound completely ridiculous to you. So one day, me and my best friend decided to go to the city in order to, go get some gas. If you're from the DMV, you know what I'm talking about. At the time, I was unemployed. I have a record of being a certified job hopper, so I'm always constantly leaving jobs and getting new ones out of nowhere. So on this day, we went to DC to go get some gas, and I was dressed in shorts, my hair wasn't done, I had no makeup on, I looked crazy. We got the gas. It started raining out of nowhere, so we ran to the car. We parked at this place that I felt guided to go in and ask the manager if they're hiring. I went in, I asked if they were looking for somebody to hire. I ended up getting hired and getting an interview right on the spot. Then I ran back into the car and I was like, girl, I just got hired. And she was like, oh wow, I'm surprised you looking like that. And I was just in my head, what? But out loud to her, I was like, why were you surprised? You know that I always be doing this. So we smoked, and it was a silent, awkward ride back home. I, in my mind, was thinking I'm about to cut her off because ain't no way that she just literally said this to me, knowing who I am and who she's been dealing with for the past 7 years. The whole time, does this mean that she never liked me? And what? So long story short, she drops me off. I get in my car and I feel like she can feel that there's a distance that's going to be taking place between us. I got in my car. I never contacted her again. But she decided to contact me a week. And she kept contacting me. And then she was like, girl, are you ducking me? And I just never replied to her ass ever again. Blocked her on all social media platforms. And while this might seem like an immature thing for you, for me, it was just my 7 years of me being friends with her flash in a blink of an eye when she said that comment to me. And in the way that she said it too, because it was just girl, what? It's what?
So maybe it's just, I don't know, maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me, and maybe I need to be, I don't know, because maybe I need to think of that as a red flag, because to me, the person who don't have any friends and just has one friend, that we've only had one falling out, and we've been friends since 2013. So out of these years, we've only had one falling out disagreement. Maybe it's me, the person who's all you got to do is say sorry to me, and I'm cool. Maybe it's me. My own family is haters. I have haters in my family. Haters always around me. Maybe that's because when she first said that, knowing that y'all are friends, y'all been friends for a long time, I would not think that was any shade. I would just be like, bitch, I would laugh that off. I'd be like, oh, bitch, what? If someone said that to me, because sometimes I go out the house looking like a bum. I don't look good unless I'm going somewhere. I mean, I look good all the time. But when it comes to my clothes, I just be going out the house unless I'm showing up somewhere. If I had to show up somewhere, I'm going to be in sweatpants and a t-shirt. That's my style. A sweatpants in a sweatshirt. Like, that's my style. I still look good, but I'll be looking, like, my normal good. Like, I just woke up like this, bitch. I still look good. I'm going to get hit on, but I'm not about to be stunting on these bitches if I'm just going to the gas station down the street, girl, bye. So I would have probably laughed that off because it's just like, oh, this is my friend. I'm not gonna be sensitive. Like, I low-key felt like she was too sensitive. But maybe if I was more sensitive about stuff like that and more like, is that a spade she just threw at me? Like, maybe I would have been like, I should have, back in my days, back in the day, I probably should have been mindful and be like, oh, this bitch is really jealous. Like, okay, I can see where she said, okay, this bitch is jealous. Like, yeah, I got the job looking how I'm looking. Like, I low-key felt like that was colorism. It could have been colorism, just being that I've always been a brown girl. I used to be darker than I am now, so I totally understand if she saw it like that. And it's crazy how nowadays, looking back at the things I've gone through with friends and stuff, I see now that, oh shoot, they was really shady. They was real life haters. Like, I had real life haters in my life, and I was just like, I'm a happy-go-lucky person, so I never thought of it like that. Like, I've had haters all my life, so it's just a norm to me. If you're gonna hate on me, I'm gonna just laugh it off because it's just like, are you serious? What? You hating right now? Why are you hating? Like, okay, you could be blessed like this, okay? So I can see how it could have been colorism if the other friend, because it was just like, well, if I would have went into a store looking like I'm looking, I probably wouldn't have been hired. And I could see that hating was just like, oh, how'd you get the job? And you're not saying like, yo, this is me. I do this. This is my personality. Like, you know me. Like, I can see that. But also, if it was me, I wouldn't have took it like that. I would have been like, okay, like, this bitch is just cracking a joke. She's cracking a haha, like, but maybe I should be like, comment below what you got from that. Was she too sensitive? Because I would have been like, girl, you being sensitive. Like, what is happening? I don't know. I'm a type of person. Now I'm gonna tell you up front when I'm about to cut you off for a second. I've done that with the one friend I had. We fell out one time. The moment we fell out, I told her, I'm not gonna be talking to you for a while. I'm gonna need a second. I literally told her that. I was like, don't expect anything after we get to where we're going. Don't expect for me to talk to you and we be hee. Like, I'm gonna need a second to gather my thoughts and think about what I want to do with this. Like, it took me a second to I had to talk, pray, and everything. It was a lot of thinking. But at me, when I'm upset, when I'm not, because I'm a happy-go-lucky person. I'm always cracking jokes, being funny. The moment I get in my feelings and my space and my everything's gonna get silent. It's gonna get icy. You're gonna feel all the tension in the room. And it's just like, yo, I really don't care because I'm upset and I don't want to talk to you because I know my tongue, my words are like knives. Like, I cut you with my tongue, honey. So it's just like, no, let me just be quiet. So yeah, I feel like maybe she was too sensitive, but I do see how she can see if her friend was a hater. So, but your friend. I don't know. Comment below what y'all think.
To prevent me from crashing out real bad right now, I'm going to explain to you the work drama. I told y'all I wasn't going to come and explain to y'all because I'm like, oh, what if they see my TikTok? Don't care. This is my personal diary. So if you find my TikTok, you're digging and you really want to know my life. So, oh well. So, here's the tea, okay? I got hired at my daughter's school. I cook. Very simple. It works with her hours. I can't find nothing else that don't work with her schedule, okay? I have to go with what my daughter is doing. So I work at her school. I cook. Very simple, easy. When I got hired, okay, I got asked, do you want the management position or do you just want to be a cook? I purposely picked my daughter's school, okay, because my daughter, she's working through some things and I want to be close to her. Unfortunately, her school did not have a management position. So I'm stuck in this low-level position dealing with people above me who have issues with me, like always. People always have a fucking problem with me because I don't kiss ass and I'm blunt. And if you give me a shitty-ass attitude, I give you that shitty-ass attitude back. So, when I went to my orientation meeting, the topic of nails, fake nails came up. And I was told, because a question was asked, can we have French tip nails? It was made clear to my brain that we can have French tip nails, okay? So I went and got French tip nails like 2 weeks ago, okay? French tip nails. I'm thinking in the orientation meeting, they said French tip nails, right? No, No, I'm mistaken. Apparently, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, I guess. So I go into work. Da 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 da. The person above me comes up to me immediately. Like, you can't have those. I'm like, they're already approved. Like, I wouldn't get something I think is wrong or is gonna stir the pot in a workplace that is already giving me like the ick. Okay. So I'm like, they're already approved. She's like, no, that's their policy. This is our policy. I'm like, what? Y'all hired me. They hired me. So how is this not the same policy? You know? All right. So these are my nails now. Okay. I got them manicured. I didn't just completely have my nasty nails showing for a wedding. No, I did get them manicured, and my nails are very brittle. They break off. So she was like, I could put the powder on, shape it. She put the powder on and shaped it. Okay. This is what they look like, manicured, because I have a wedding to attend. Okay. I get into work today. Okay. I get into work. I didn't even get a chance to clock in. The first thing out this woman's mouth: you need to leave. You need to leave. I said, why? She said, your nails, you need to leave. I said, I took off the French tip. I got them manicured. It is a powder, but it's not paint. Like, I got them manicured and I got them shaped. Like, what's the problem now? What's the issue? Like, we don't wear gloves 24/7. What's the issue? So she's like, it's a fake tip. I'm like, in order for my nail to break off, somebody's gonna have to literally slice my finger off. Like, it's not a tip that comes off. It's not a tip. I'm telling her, it's a powder, and the lady was like, this is gonna make your nail strong. It's not gonna break off if you do, you know? So I'm telling her, I might be telling her aggressively, because I'm like, at this point, I'm sick of your shit. Like, you already have a personal issue with me because of how I came in. I get it. You feel like I'm stepping on your toes because you're not a great manager. You're not about teamwork. You're not about morale. Like, everyone walks around droopy. When I got there, everyone was like to themselves and quiet. When I got in there, I guess I was doing things that made her, feel, I don't know, weird. She had this whiteboard that one of the people I work with told me they never used. Like, for 3 weeks straight, no one ever used it. I brought some expo markers in from work, and I started doing quote of the day, because we used to do that at my old job. And I'm like, that is so, something to look forward to when you come in. Ooh, what's the quote of the day? I had the coworkers telling me, oh, that's so cute. Like, who did that? Da, 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 da. I took a picture of it. She sees it. The person above me, she sees it. She looks at it. She asked me, where did you get an expo marker from? I said, at home. I said, I'm extra. I brought it from home. And that's all she says about it. She walks away. And I know she felt some type of way about me doing that little thing, because the next day when I wrote my quote, she wiped it off in the morning and wrote a nasty message about inventory on it. Right? So she has this issue with me because when I got there, it seemed like she was bullying our coworkers. She was bullying our coworkers around. She was screaming. She was talking to them any type of way. And that's not me. That is not me. I'm not going to let you scream at me. I'm not going to let you bully me. It's not happening. I give the same energy back. I do. That's just what I do. And that's why a lot of times people don't like me. So I feel like when I came into work today, she was just searching. She was searching for a reason. So then, after she told me to leave, she smacked this paper down on the desk. I grabbed the paper and I left. I read the paper. It is an email between her and HR, and it's a couple. It's their conversation on here. You put the conversation of you and HR, the woman who unknowingly approved my French tips. You put her conversation in here too. So now I have to go to HR. I emailed HR, actually. She's not in the office, but I'm about to pull up, because unknowingly I have your side of the conversation now, where you're saying, oh, maybe she forgot. Or if she uses the excuse of nobody told her, maybe remind her of the policy. She definitely got told about the policies. No, I didn't. The problem is, you told me one thing when the rules might have been this. And now somebody's trying to cover their behind, which is unfair to me. But this is what my nails look like right now. It's Thursday. I'm scheduled for work. I told HR in the email, go ahead and let them know I'm not coming to work tomorrow because I don't have the funds to redo them. I'm out $140 because I changed them from the French tip to go to this. I'm not doing it again. It's just not, no, I'm not doing it again. So yeah, also in the email thread, the person above me had the option to send me home or not. Like, she could have kept me and just, I wear gloves 24/7 anyways. It wouldn't have mattered. She could have kept me, but the fact she has this personal thing against me, I already feel it, whatever the fact. She don't like my personality because I won't let her step on me. Like, that's basically what it is. So she had the choice of keeping me there or sending me home if it didn't affect the team, basically. Now, she chose to send me home. The kitchen is small. There's not that many workers there. There's only like 4 of us that actually work, okay? Me going home impacts, it definitely does shake up the kitchen because it's not that many of us. The people that are already in there be stressed, okay? They be stressed out. So the fact that she, I don't know, was on a power trip so bad that you sent me home when you could have just given me my written notice and kept me. I'm a worker, baby. Like, you could give me my notice and I'm not going to be walking around with a funky attitude. I'm going to work. So these are my nails. Woo! I'm not gonna lie, my nails are pretty though. And yeah, if you see this, girl, don't. Please block yourself.
Girl, look. See, this is why I'm on the journey to work for myself. That's the exact reason why I don't work at the old lab I used to work at. I used to work at this one lab and I had a female supervisor. See, I don't like female supervisors. Love us. Love us. But once we get in power, it seems like we forget where we come from. It seems like we forgot that we was down low. We had bosses that we wanted to pull our hair out because our bosses. I ain't never, like, it seems like female bosses want to try us, and I am a really great worker. I'm a Virgo. That is in our description. Hard workers. We put work before anything. Literally, we like that money. We are hard workers. We work so hard for other people. Should for ourselves, but we're working on it. But for other people, we work hard. We're hard workers. And I've always been a hard worker, and it seems like I've always had problems with managers, but female managers. That's another reason why I quit the post office, because I absolutely love that job, honey. I loved it. It was just my manager. I had three female managers, actually four female managers. Only one that I actually liked because she knew she could get it anytime, any place, anywhere. She knew after she broke up with her husband. Her and her husband got divorced because he cheated on her, and I was just like, I can't believe he cheated on you. Like, what? Does he not see you? She was Puerto Rican and all types of sassy. I was like, girl, just say the word. Just say the mother freaking. Anyway, okay, calm down. I start thinking about her, got hype. Ooh, my mouth water. Okay, anyway. But no, I don't work with females because when the female managers, it's like they do have that power trip they forget about. And it's just so crazy. With my male supervisors, they fear me. Because I'm a nice person. I'm really nice. I'm really, like, funny, bubbly at work. Like, I'm just really light. But the moment you get me upset, oh yeah, you gonna see the black woman in me. Like, not even like the ghetto. Like, no, I'm not gonna get ghetto with you. I'm gonna get very political with you. I'm gonna start doing research. You say this in the policy. In fact, I'm gonna go into the policy handbook myself. Come and find you articles proving my case right, proving me right. And the moment you say something, I'm gonna start pulling out policies that you don't even know about that'll impact my pay and your job. I'm gonna be like, and right here it says I should get a raise, but I ain't say nothing. Like, I'll be pulling out shit in the back because I move in the shadows. I'll build stuff up for a rainy day, like evidence on evidence on evidence. I have receipts, boo. Did you forget I'm a Virgo? I could win any argument. It's not an argument, honey, because I've already won. I'm right. I don't think you understand. Like, girl, bye. Girl, I would have went to that policy real quick. Like, back when I used to do orientation, I recorded it. I definitely recorded it. Especially with the post office when I went to orientation, recorded it. highlighted, wrote in, had the person initial and sign it, beside it just showed like, no, this was said. Like, you ain't, I've been burnt too many times by employers. Like, no, 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 no. I'm a hard worker. I'm a good worker. People need me around. When I'm not there, it shows their impact. Like, yeah, I'm essential. Like, get out of here. I've been an essential worker before COVID. Like, let's talk about it. So no, you don't understand. Like, being a Black woman in America, you have to work 10 times harder. You have to have so much evidence to back you up, because being a woman alone, they don't believe you. But being a Black woman or a woman of color, oh, everybody's against you. The odds are against you. Everyone's against you. Everybody thinks you're wrong. Everyone thinks you don't know what you're talking about. Like, it's crazy. And being a smart woman, like, I was like, what? Working in a lab? Trying to tell people, oh, we probably shouldn't do it like this. This is the reason why you should do this, and have to bring evidence to tell them, bruh. I did a whole research paper project on cancer cells and had it published, bruh. Like, get out of here. Get out of here. How you gonna tell me what I'm talking about? I spent the whole summer doing research. Girl, bye. Don't get me started. Don't get me started about women in the workplace, because it seems like even men don't believe you. Don't even believe you. So it's a lot, girl. I honestly feel like those nails was okay. Coming from a person who has had women work as cooks at the school. My great grandmother used to work for the school as a cook, just to, the convenience, like this lady convenience to pick up my mom and her brother and everything, to know, have tabs on and everything. And she ran that kitchen. Like, you got a country woman in the kitchen. Yeah, ain't good. So yeah, I'm thinking back into school. I saw ladies with nails. If this that much of a problem, tell them to put you on the cash register. Like, it's not that serious. And like she said, you're going to be wearing gloves. I remember when I worked in the workplace in the kitchen, they would double up on gloves. They would have gloves on and then have gloves on top. And then sometimes they would have those safety gloves on just in case, just to be safe. But most of the times it's just like, what? We can have press-ons, but if you got your nails done, it could be a crazy look. But hers look fine. Hers look natural. I would have lied and said, oh, these are my natural nails, boo. Like, what they gonna say about that? Your natural nails and they're clean. They can't say nothing about that. That's your natural nails. Girl, bye. I seen worse. And yeah, she a hater. It sounds like she a mad hater because you're doing stuff to, lift up people's spirits, and she wasn't doing that before. The fact that she erased what you wrote and then wrote what she had to write with your marker, I would have called her on that. Like, sweetie, this is my marker. Like, what you doing? Then where'd you get that marker from? Oh, from my house? Oh, yeah, exactly. Don't use this. Like, literally, if we're going to be that petty, don't use that. I would have wrote the quote back up. Girl, don't have me in the workplace being petty. If your energy on mean, my energy going to be on nice. I'm going to kill you with kindness, because that really works. It's a saying, but it really works. People hate when you nice to them, when they being petty and mean and everything. When they got an attitude and then you just be nice to them. They be ready to strangle your, but it's like, girl, what would Jesus do? That's the quote. What would Jesus do? Make that the motto of your life, because honey, when Jesus get petty, ooh, you better watch out. Now you'll learn something. You did well, honey. I would have went right to HR. I would have, and it's a crazy thing, because the supervisors in high places, they'll always have other supervisors' backs before they'll have you as their employer's back. Learned that. So, especially when they, it's a difference. It's a difference. So yeah, supervisors usually have other supervisors back. So be careful with that. I would always get everything in writing. I would have a paper trail. Like, that's any advice I can give to anybody. Always have a paper trail. Always have receipts. If you can, record every conversation. Just keep business. Don't be making friends at work. What are we doing? If y'all wasn't friends before work, they not your real friends. So yeah. Have your own back. Look out for yourself, and check your mouth. Be smart with it. Be petty smart. Be that petty smart. Be petty nice. Don't be doing too much. Okay.
So I'm going to tell you the story about when I woke up at a lake like 10 years ago, and I had no idea how I got there or where I was. So I met this guy on like Tinder or one of those things back then, like Plenty of Fish or something like that, like whatever. And I thought he was really cool. I thought he liked me, all the stuff. So we hung out one time, had a good time, just went out to eat or something, like whatever. The second night we went to go hang out, he's like, hey, my friends are having a house party, do you want to go? And I'm like, hell yeah, let's go to this house party with a bunch of freaking guys, and I don't know any of them, and I don't even know this guy. Dumb, stupid stuff. Before I really get into this, I just want to say, like, I take full responsibility for putting myself in the situation that I put myself in, and it was definitely a learning experience, and I'm very lucky that I came out of it alive and okay, because many people don't. So I was like wanting to keep up with the guys, and I was wanting to like take shots and be like the cool girl and whatever, and they were taking shots of all like hard alcohol, like moonshine from like somebody's backyard. So I like was just drinking a lot, and mind you, I am 5'1", and at the time I was probably like 120 pounds, so I was not keeping up with these guys. I don't know, I was just being stupid. So I had made it clear like earlier on in the night or like whatever, I'm like, hey, like I'm not sleeping with you, like we're not there yet, like I'm not sleeping with you. And that's like a big part of the story, unfortunately, is that I was like, I'm not sleeping with you, and yeah, so I got that into his head. So a lot of the information that I found out from somebody else who was actually there, like one of the guys who actually lives at that house, because the last thing I remember is taking a shot of like Jameson or something at the kitchen table, and then I woke up at the lake. So I had to get information from somebody else. So I wake up to this beautiful sunset or sunrise, and I'm in my car, I'm in the passenger seat, and I'm like a little delirious, and I wake up and I look around and I'm at this beautiful lake, beautiful sunrise. No idea where I am or how I got there. Okay? My phone is dying. I don't know where my keys are. When I open up my car door, my car alarm's going off, and I have no idea where I am, and but I knew like I was like there was houses, like I was in a nice neighborhood, and my alarm's going off, and I'm like, oh my god, the cops are gonna be called, and I'm like still drunk and whatever. Now, being young, confused, dumb, like whatever, I didn't think to like I didn't know where my keys were. You might already know at this point where my keys were, but I'm like, I had no idea, and I was just in a panic, and my phone is dying. I am blowing this guy's phone up. I'm like, where are my keys? How did I get here? How could you do this to me? Like, what happened? Like, I'm freaking out, and crickets. Nothing. Doesn't answer anything because he's a fucking coward. So like I said, my phone was on like probably like 5%, and I ended up calling my one friend, and he's like, you need to try to go find the house that you were at. Maybe it's close by. And I'm like, I don't remember. I came here and it was nighttime. I don't remember. But I did remember like a couple like cars that were parked like on the lawn or like whatever. So I'm going and I'm walking, and like I'm pretty sure it's this house. And so I go and I knock on the door. Nobody's answering it, and I look in and I'm like, okay, it's definitely this house, because I had seen my speaker that I had brought was sitting in there. So I opened up the door, it was unlocked, and I'm like, great, I'm just gonna get shot or something. Like I'm walking into somebody's house. These are like ex-Marines and whatever. I'm like, and now I'm gonna go have to like wake them up, and like you just like it was absolutely just terrifying. So I saw 2 bedrooms, and I knew there was 2 guys who lived there. The one guy had like really bad PTSD and like just was really going through it, and the other guy was like younger, he was still in the Marines and stuff, and I'm like, I want to wake up the younger guy, but I didn't know whose room was whose. So I was like, all right, screw it. So I'm still on the phone with my friend, and I go into the room, and I wake up this guy, and I woke him up by his ankles because my friend told me to do that, and I woke him up by his ankles, and I was crying. I'm telling him what's going on and whatever. So he tells me that at some point some lovely ladies showed up to the party, and I guess one of them were into the guy that I went there with, and they were totally like DTF, and therefore I was no longer of value, and I guess my life was no longer of value, apparently. Yeah, so he says that at a point everybody left, and he thought that I was going with them and like gonna go back to like this guy's house or like whatever. This is just what he told me. I don't know if they had said what they were going to do with me or whatever, but I guess him and these girls and whoever else was there, they drove my car to the lake, left me in the passenger seat, locked the doors, put my keys on top of the car, and just dipped. Why they didn't just like leave me on the couch at these people's house or something, I don't know, but they didn't. So I get in this guy's truck, he drives me back to the lake, we see my keys sitting on top of my car. I didn't think to look there. Again, I'm short. I didn't think to look there. And that's where they were. So I'm like, okay, thanks, I guess. And he's like, yeah, man, like, I'm sorry about my buddy. Like, I didn't know that he was just gonna, like, leave you at the lake. So, basically, the lesson is do not overdrink. Do not go to people's houses where you don't have, like, you don't know that you can, like, fully trust somebody if something were to happen to you, if you were to black out or, like, something like that was to happen. And it was, like, a really, really big, like, wake-up call for me. I'm like, you can't just trust anybody. You can't trust that, like, they have good intentions, for you as a human being. And also, the biggest lesson I learned was just not to overdrink. Like, I have not blacked out since. That was insane. I am very lucky to be okay. Unfortunately, you know, I don't remember a good bit of the night, so I can't, you know, I don't really know what happened. But from my perspective and how I felt, I was just more, like, mentally like, scarred from it. But it was a good lesson to learn, and I was putting myself in very dangerous situations, so I was very lucky to make it out of there. So don't ever drink. Don't go to house parties with a bunch of dudes. Don't Make sure you always have somebody with you that you trust and that you know will get you home safe and cares about the value of your life. Because granted, I was locked in a car. Still, you just never know. Like, you never know what could have happened to me. So be smarter than me. Learn from my lessons. You don't need to outdrink no man. You don't need to show off and be like, I can drink all this alcohol, because it's not that serious. It's not that serious.
This was definitely a lesson for everyone to learn. I'm just so grateful that nothing happened to her. Like, it could have been worse. And I'm just so thankful that God had his hands on her, because that, ooh, girl, that story just, gives you nightmares, don't it? Just be like, ah! Oh man, like, it's like, I don't want to blame her, because it's just like, it's, you expect people to be good people, and especially Marines, like, you expect them to be good people, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, what is happening? I don't recommend you drinking with strangers. Do not recommend that. That's just a no. Don't drink with strangers. Don't do that. And definitely don't get, like, drunk with strangers in a place you are not familiar with by yourself, because you don't really know this guy. You don't know this guy at all. Like, I mean, a lot of guys aren't that great. I mean, honestly, you know what I'm saying, bro? So I'm just so grateful that nothing happened to her. And I would have never thought that they left the keys on top of the car. I would have never thought that. I would have thought the visor, you know, the glove compartment, the side of the door, yeah, you know, those are under the seat. Those are the places I would have checked. That would have made sense to me. But on top of the car, anybody could have found that car, got the keys, and got inside. You know, he really didn't care. He really didn't care about her, and that's not even okay. Like, no, everyone around, I don't know. I feel like with the Marine buddy, he should have peeped. Well, I guess he was just minding his business, but peep that somebody don't want this person, and you know, your buddy doesn't want this girl anymore. I feel like in that situation, I would have peeped that my friend don't want this person. So now it's just like, okay, let me make sure she's safe. Let me make sure she's safe. I'll be like, are you going to take her home? Like, I would ask so many questions, and I wouldn't let my buddy drive her car. Like, I would be like, yo, you're a dude. This could be bad. This could be really bad. No, you can't drive her car. Like, if anything, I'm gonna go through her phone and find contacts, somebody who can come and get her. Like, I don't know. Like, what would you do in that situation? If you was the girl, well, I already know what you would do. If you was the girl, you wouldn't be in that situation. If you was the friend of the date, what would you do? You know, girl, bye. Anyway, make sure you like this video, follow all the creators, and subscribe.